Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of What Ted Says, where it's always time to get a fatter wallet and to get a bigger net worth. And as John Belushi once said in Animal House, Christ, 7 years of college down the drain. No, I'm just kidding. Your kid's not going to go to school for 7 years. But this is an important topic because new things come out all the time. And on What Ted Says, I'm always trying to give you the latest and greatest so you can stay on the cutting edge of your personal financial picture and make the right moves for your family. And one of the things I want to talk about today is around college tuition insurance. Yes, college tuition insurance, because we buy travel insurance and you don't buy extended warranties if you listen to What Ted Says, because I forbid it. But now there's a new type of insurance, mostly created because of COVID, but I think it's gonna hang around, called tuition insurance. But the real question is that college costs enough money today. Is it really worth the bang to basically buy an extra insurance policy should your child have to withdraw from school? I'll give you the dirt on college tuition insurance in this episode of What Ted Says and whether or not the cost of insurance is actually worth it. So let's talk about what tuition insurance costs. Tuition insurance costs can vary depending upon school costs, but plans are often available for smaller schools for $200 or less per semester. Fees can generally be lower, about 1% of overall college costs, if your school provides its own tuition or its own insurance or its own partners, like having a third-party provider. But if they don't, then I would expect higher fees, about 2% of costs. So for example, if college costs 40 grand, the insurance may be about $800 if you purchase insurance directly from a third party. Like any insurance, you've got to read the details, because if you have to qualify to collect on the insurance, any tuition insurance policy is designed to make sure its coverage is adequate for you. Not all policies offer the same coverage. They don't offer the same levels. For example, some of the policies don't cover claims based upon COVID-19 right now or other types of outbreaks, and some of them do. So what does tuition insurance cover exactly? Well, it generally reimburses you for lost college costs if you leave school for a qualified reason. So it typically covers non-refunded money for things like tuition, fees, and room and board. Room and board are important in here, including your meal plan as well. Qualified reasons can be anything like normally health-related expenses. You could have an unexpected injury that makes you withdraw for the semester, or an illness, or a chronic or ongoing illness, and even now mental health, because that's a big topic today. And you can typically buy tuition insurance generally up to the day of your very first class. After that, they're not going to offer it to you. So some colleges, and I think this is getting more rare now, will allow you to buy the insurance as part of the tuition payment process. This is what I saw when I sent my kids to Auburn. I actually got something in the tuition payment process, and that makes it easy to use your student loans and other aid to potentially cover the cost. Your school or university might even include tuition insurance as part of its cost of attendance. So that's why you have to read the fine print, because you may have to uncheck the box that you don't want it. But what's important now, I think, as long as we have COVID-19 or the Delta variant or some part of that, is that some insurance policies may cover COVID-19 or pandemics in general, but it's generally non-standard, as I found in my research, when it comes to college tuition insurance across the industry. If your plan does cover COVID-19, make sure you read the fine print and verify the details of the coverage. Generally, the plan will only pay you out if you contract the disease, not if you're scared of the disease. See, that's a big distinction. And you likely won't receive any benefit if you withdraw because you're afraid, or you have the fear of the Delta variant, because that's not going to let you qualify for the policy. Just because an insurer covers COVID-19 for the fall semester, it doesn't necessarily mean that they're going to continue to provide that coverage in the future, even for the spring semester. The best one that I have seen that works with more than 400 universities and colleges across the country is GradGuard.com. That's really the leader in the space. In the end, insurance is insurance. The insurance companies are in business to make money. The biggest thing you have to read is the fine print, because if you don't read the fine print and you just get it in your head that it's going to qualify to pay you back no matter what happens to your child, you're going to be sad in the end, because you're going to basically have wasted insurance money. Now that you've protected one of the biggest potential outlays of your financial future, college costs sometimes are in the nature of $70,000 or $80,000 for college education, maybe it's time to find out the best way to save for college, because if you do, buying college insurance is going to be easy, or tuition insurance, that is. I put together what, again, I think is a super easy, simple to understand video on the do's and don'ts of buying 529 plans, and you can get a real college education on how to save for college education. That's what I promise you here on What Ted Says. And just thank you, as always, for watching my channel. Leave me a message here somewhere in the comments if you or you know somebody who bought college tuition insurance. I'm really interested to hear what you have to say. And if you know somebody who's sending their kids to college here in the fall or somewhere in the spring semester, forward them this video. They might want to learn more about college tuition insurance. Thanks for subscribing to the channel. As always, click the notifications button so you can get the videos every Monday and Thursday in your inbox. And thanks so much for watching this episode of What Ted Says.